Hello, y'all, and welcome to another story time brought to you by ABC Read and ABC Learn, in which we are here to help you develop and nurture the love of reading in every child as well as every adult. How are you all doing out there today, evening, real early in the morning, real late at night, middle of the afternoon, wherever you are around the globe? I hope that you all are doing just absolutely fantastic. And I hope that you all have read or you planning to read for at least 30 minutes. At least 30 minutes. And before I get started with the chapter in the book, I am finishing reading to you guys Nikki and Deja by Karen English. Just a reminder, I know a lot of kids. Again, I've been seeing postings of kids who just started back school this past week, a couple of days ago. And people are so excited. Their kids got their uniforms on. Their kids got their cute clothes on. All of that grandiose stuff. So we all getting our babies prepared. They're looking good. They're smelling good. They're feeling good. So make sure that their reading is good. Make sure their reading is great. All right? Make sure that you are reading to your children for at least 30 minutes a day, whether you are a parent, a grandparent, a caregiver, auntie, uncle, whatever, a coach. Reading should be done as much as possible to these young children. We really, really have to be vigilant. All right? We have to make sure that we are purposely getting reading out there as much as possible. Just like those advertisers do on the televisions, on the radios, on the internet, when they have all of these ads about buy these new shoes, buy this, get this new phone, get this new computer, this new tablet. They're heavily into advertising because studies have shown when you put something in somebody's face over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, then it goes into their subconscious. So they will always, in some way, shape, or form, they will remember it. Okay? So we understand that. People who are in marketing understand that. People who are in advertising understand that. This is why those advertisers, they pay millions of dollars to just get about 30 seconds of your time. Just about 30 seconds to a minute of your time. That's all they need. That's all they need. And the brainwashing begins. All right? Right? And all of a sudden your kids are talking, "Ooh, I want the new Jordans. I want the new LeBrons. I want the new iPhone Infinity. I want the new, toy or, the new type of candy, the new doll, all of this type of stuff." So why can't we do the same thing when it comes to reading? We can. We just have believed that we can't. This is why, again, like I told you, this is one of my things that I do. I'm a reading motivator. I help to motivate children to think about reading. I'll never forget one time it was so kind of funny, but in a good, funny kind of way. I remember coming into to the masjid, to the mosque, and I'll never forget, it was a couple of young sisters. I could hear them start talking about, oh yeah, I read this book and da da da. And it was just so I was just like kind of laughed to myself, but because they know that I post videos on YouTube and I do read alouds. And of course, it could have been a thing. Maybe they just wanted to start talking about reading. I don't know. Or maybe it could have been where they said, I know this sister. She reads books and she made me think about a book that I just read. But that was just like awesome to me. I said, wow, because I usually don't hear, and why it was kind of funny, but awesome at the same time, because usually I don't hear children talking about what's the last book that they've read, or they're talking about this book that they're going to read. I'm like, wow, so it just reminded me. I said, I want to keep on talking about reading. I'm going to keep on doing that. I'm going to make sure that I have books on audio when I go to the library so that I can play them in my car. Or I'm going to make sure that I'm going to go to a different, go on maybe Storyline online, and have them listen to some read alouds, So these are things that you can do constantly to pump up reading, get it in their subconscious, get it in your subconscious. All right, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. Again, I don't want to continue. I've been going on for about 5 minutes, on my soapbox about getting the kids into reading. But hey, that's what I do. This is why you're on this channel, right? You wouldn't have subscribed if I was talking about eating pizza all the time, right? If I was talking about having a food eating challenge or something, right? I don't think so. So we're about that reading up in here, making it fun. So I'm ready, y'all. Are you ready? Are you ready? This is chapter 8. This is Flea Market Day. And for all my Muslim brothers and sisters out there across the globe, I would like to say again, Eid Mubarak. All right. All right. The last Sunday of the month is Flea Market Day. Auntie D always takes Nikki along, which gives Nikki's mom and dad a chance to go out to breakfast alone. Nikki wakes up in a good mood. Now that she's had a day to think about it, she decides she will be secretary. She won't have to drill and she'll be able to tell everyone what they're doing wrong. When Deja brings it up, she'll pretend to think about it. Then she'll agree. Nikki looks out the window to see if Deja is coming up the walk yet. There's Bobby dragging out the lawnmower. He cuts the lawn every Sunday morning. Finally, Deja appears with Bear and crosses the small strip of grass between their two houses. Nikki runs out to the porch. Look, Nikki, Deja says, showing her the coins in her palm. Look how much money I have to spend at the flea market. Nikki counts the coins. 53 cents. Deja digs in her pocket. Plus, I have all of this. She pulls out 4 wrinkled dollar bills. I've been saving my allowance. How much do you have? Nothing. I didn't save my allowance. And my mother won't give me any more. Nikki sighs. She said I need to learn the value of $1. I'll buy you something, Deja says generously. She lifts up Bear. I'm going to bring Bear with us. Nikki and Deja follow Auntie D to the car. They sit in the car with Bear between them. When they get to the flea market, they each hold Bear by an arm. They decide to go to the knick-knack table first. Nikki puts a doily on her head. How do I look, Deja? She asks, happy that their argument is behind them. Funny, Deja says. Deja finds salt and pepper shakers shaped like pineapples. I'm going to buy these, she says. What are you going to do with them? Nikki asks. She's glad Deja doesn't seem mad at her for what she said on Friday. I'm going to put them on my shelf and look at them. They're for looking at. Nikki says. She thinks they're meant to hold salt and pepper and be placed on a kitchen table. Deja holds her shakers in one hand. She holds Bear's arm with the other. They go to a table that has candles that smell like fruit. Nikki and Deja carry Bear around the table. Sometimes they stop to smell the candles. Deja spies a yummy-looking lemon one. I'm going to buy this, she says. What are you going to do with it? Nikki asks. I'm going to put it beside my shakers. It's pretty, and I wanted to be able to look at it. Nikki doesn't say anything. Deja buys the candle, and the candle lady puts it in a bag. Now Deja has the candle in the bag and the salt and pepper shakers. They see the cotton candy stand. Hold Bear, Deja says, while I get us some cotton candy. Nikki takes Bear, but she doesn't really want to. It's different when they're both holding Bear. But now she has Bear on her own. Carrying a stuffed animal by herself might make her look like a baby. And anyway, why hasn't Deja mentioned anything about her being secretary of the drill team club? Maybe Deja's waiting for Nikki to bring it up. Nikki doesn't want to. If Deja doesn't say anything, then she won't either. Nikki watches Deja buy one cone of cotton candy and then take a big bite out of it. She skips back to Nikki, her mouth rimmed in sticky pink sugar. Where's mine? Nikki asks. The man only had enough syrup to make one. He's waiting for someone to bring him some more. Deja takes another big bite, then holds the cotton candy out to Nikki. Nikki can't help but take a bite. She makes sure it is a small bite, though. She's beginning to feel pouty. Deja has bought things like a grown up, and she hasn't even brought up the club. Do you want Bear back? Nikki asks. No, you can hold Bear, Deja says, then runs ahead to catch up with Auntie D. Nikki follows with Bear. She really doesn't like carrying Bear alone. Who does Deja think she is? Walking ahead as if Nikki is her maid. They walk along. Sometimes Auntie D stops to look at things she might buy. Sometimes she passes a table without stopping. Finally, they get to the table with all kinds of strange toys on it. It's Deja's favorite spot. She likes looking at toys you can't find in the toy store. Deja runs around the table, then picks up a robot that can be made into a spaceship. I wish I had enough money for this. I would buy it. But that's a boy toy, Nikki says. A girl can play with it too, Deja replies. Nikki sees a tiny tea set. She sets Bear on a table nearby and picks up a tiny cup and saucer. She pretends to sip from it. Look at this tiny cup and saucer, she says. I wish I had the money to get it. Deja looks over at Nikki. You should have brought money. Everyone knows the flea market is the place to buy. Nikki wonders if Deja remembers she told her she would buy her something. Maybe Deja is waiting to see if there's something else she'll want. They go to the quilt table and then the lamp table. They go to the old books table, then they go to the plants table. Finally, they start for the car. Deja's arms are full of odds and ends she bought. Nikki's remembering Deja's promise to buy her something, a promise Deja didn't keep. Wow, whoa, my goodness. Friends, right? Sometimes they have their ups and sometimes they have their downs. And that's what happens in a friendship. You know, sometimes you have a friend who they may tell you they're going to do something and then they break their promise. Now, does that mean that Nikki should say, you know what? I'm not going to be your friend anymore, Deja. You said you were going to do this and you didn't. Or do you think that Nikki should say something to Deja? Do you think that Nikki should let her know, hey, you remember you said you were going to buy this, share with me. I told you that I didn't have the money. Or maybe Deja could simply also too remind Nikki as well. Like, you know what? I want you to get better at saving your money so that when we go to the flea market again, that we both can have money. So these are things that, you can think about, when you are listening to these different stories. That's what reading does. It helps to develop those critical thinking skills, problem solving skills. How can Nikki and Deja get through this little rough patch that they're having, right? Nikki, she can't drill. Deja is telling Nikki, hey, you could be the secretary. And then now this, Deja has told her, oh, I'm going to give you some money. Oh, yeah, sure. Then she gets in the store. She just going doing her thing. And Nikki is just feeling like she's being left behind and, all of that type of stuff. These are real things that can happen. These are things that I've experienced. And I'm pretty sure you all have. And hopefully you guys will find a great solution to whatever issues that you're dealing with, especially when you have a real good friend. And I believe Nikki and Deja, they feel that way about each other. They just gotta, go through this little rough patch and kinks. That's all. And solve these different problems so that they can grow together in a great way. And their friendship can get better. All right, you guys, that was chapter 8. Join me again for chapter 9 of Nikki and Deja by Karen English, illustrated by Laura Freeman. And I hope that you all will continue to like, subscribe, and share our videos. And remember to please keep reading for at least 30 minutes a day. Happy reading, my reading revolutionaries. And once again, Eid Mubarak. Peace.